Oh, hey y'all. So, we gonna do bathrooms today. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey y'all. All right, so with bathrooms, obviously we've already explained to you that there's going to be a number of different types of bathrooms. So we're going to need to show you guys, the half baths, the full baths, the master baths, because they're all so different. There's really a lot to go over, and I feel like the whole realm of residential bathrooms is complex. So at this point, you should have already watched the video for the half baths, and then the 3/4 full bath is just going to be your full bath with like a stand up shower, whether it's tile or fiberglass. So you should have already watched that, and now we're moving into the full with like a full size tub. So this particular video is going to be a full bathroom with full sized tub. It was my kids' bathroom at my old house. I have little kids, they don't take showers, so when you see me cleaning this bathroom, you're gonna hear me explain that to you as well, because the shower isn't really gonna need like scrubbing. It's gonna be different from if you're cleaning a full bath that teenagers are using, where there's a lot of things in the tub to clean. It's gonna be different, so it's gonna be a lot more simple. But you're gonna get the gist of it. Probably gonna end up seeing full bathroom with tile shower and or one that's just much dirtier because it makes for better training. Any hoodle. So step one, you're either going to vacuum this rug or you're going to shake it out. My vacuum would have ended up eating rug like this, so I shake it out really well, and then you're going to set it right outside the bathroom. I'm going to also mention here that typically the other person that's going to be doing like all the dusting and the glass and the vacuuming on that level you're working on is also going to be somebody that's going to come and do the garbages. So you, as the person doing the bathroom, should be vacuuming that floor and shaking out the rugs and whatnot. You can even take the garbage and set it outside of the bathroom, just making it easier for your partner. But your partner is going to be the one that's going to want to come through and do the garbages, and that is how that's taken. Also, side note, something that you're not seeing here is that there's still a plunger in that bathroom, and there's still a toilet brush that I keep in that bathroom behind the toilet. I do not take those out and set those out in the hallway. Please do not, under any circumstances, take out a plunger or a toilet scrubbing brush and set it outside the bathroom. And it's for multiple reasons. One, ew, the plunger's like in shitty water, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be setting it out like in a hallway, and sometimes people have carpet in their hallways, right? Ugh, you don't want to do that. Two, that toilet brush usually has like a little tiny bit of water or whatever, pissy whatever water, right, in the bottom of it. Just from scrubbing your own toilet, you just put the brush back and you just set it away and you don't even think about it. What if that toilet brush tips over that cold container and then you have toilet pee and poopy water spilt on somebody's hallway rug, carpet? Girlfriend. No. Ew. So anyways, we leave them in the bathroom, and then we are going to vacuum around them. Okay, so you vacuum with one hand, you're going to move the stuff with the other hand, or if you can just nudge it with the tip of the floor hero and move it and get behind it to vacuum it that way, you can do it that way as well. But make sure you do vacuum very thoroughly behind the toilets. It's like a huge buildup for dust. And if people are going to be complaining about something in their bathroom, best know a lot of times it's because of behind the toilet. Ugh. And like the base of the toilets. Okay, so people want to pay you to do that. They don't want to do it themselves. Just always keep that in mind. Anyways, other things that I don't take out, toilet paper holders, if I can work around them. Otherwise, like your scale, your garbage if it's sitting out, like a floor vase or decor, you are going to want to take those things and set them out in the hallway. The scale especially, because it's super easy to forget dusting and glass cleaning scales. If there's multiple times where you're having to look at them and move them, the better, because then you're going to catch it. Okay, so we're at the vacuuming stage. You're going to hit that lift away button right there and the wand button to pull out the wand. Yes. Oh, yeah. And then you're going to get the floor hero. You're going to attach it. Make sure you see that front arrow. It's always got to be facing front. Set away the deck, and then see how I pick up the cord with the handle. Okay, that is key right there because it keeps the cord out of your way, girl. And then make sure your floor hero is totally parallel, flat against the floor. Otherwise, you're not going to get a good suction, okay? And then you're always making sure that you go all the way behind the toilet, which I'm sorry, I really sucked at showing this angle. I will do another bathroom that you can see it better on. But make sure you're going all the way up against those baseboards. You get right up to them so that you're making contact with them, because otherwise it's going to be really ill. Ew, obviously meaning that you're not going to be able to pick up all that dirt, girl. And that's going to make it harder for you to wash the floor. And if you don't wash the floor thoroughly and your lead's checking it, catch it, make you redo it, just sounds like a lot of BS, right?
First things first, we start with tubs. So since this bathroom only has a tub, it doesn't have a shower and a tub, obviously you go to the tub. Anyways, I'm taking all the stuff out, right? Because you can't scrub the tub if there's stuff in it. So you're gonna take all the products out. I always take them out and set them on the floor beside the tub and stuff. I don't walk them all the way across the bathroom because that is also a time waster. Anywho, so I'll take the stuff out of the tub.
I have my caddy, and then I have a white and a yellow and white. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to use. So we use the toothbrush, the Blue Scrubby Dawn, and our cup.
Also, just take note that if we're cleaning a really nasty tub, like puke situation or teenage one, like I was talking about, that you're really going to want to use Comet and not Dawn. But in this scenario, you know, I said that my kids don't take showers and they just take baths, and it's like a couple times a week, so the tub's really not bad at all, so we just gonna stick to Dawn. That will do the job just fine.
And what I mean by nasty, where you would want to use Comet and you need to know where to draw that line, right? Like, do I use Comet or do I use Dawn? What would be best for this scenario? You are gonna want to use Comet if you see like a yellow film all over that fiberglass tub, like you can tell nobody scrubbed it in like months, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how do you even get clean when you shower in here? Do you get clean? Do you get clean in a dirty shower? Anyways, if the walls are gonna be yellow and like nasty stuff, then you're gonna want to use Comet. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you know where you set the products on the shelf, if there's like a big brownish, pinkish, yellow, ew, nasty ring underneath the product itself, and you pick it up and you're like, ew, what's that? That's probably gonna be a Comet job. If it doesn't have that, you can tell that it either rarely gets used, it just stays really clean, and we are there like twice a month, then Dawn will work just fine. Okay, step one, fill up your cup as many times as you need to and just pour water all over the walls to get the walls wet. Look at my mean mug. And don't go too high. You know, if you go too high, you're gonna get water all over the top shelf of that shower and you are gonna damage the walls. And then you're gonna fill up your cup of water, dip your sponge in, get some Dawn on there. I would say like a nickel size amount of Dawn would be great. And then you are just gonna start scrubbing. You wanna start on one side, do everything, work your way all the way over to the other side of the tub, just like so. Okay, I gotta switch up that music. It's getting a little bit intense. That's where I squat, you know what I'm saying? Like I just squat and like get in there, you know? I have that cup of water sitting there like for a reason, so I can dip my sponge in it and like make it wet again if I need to while I'm washing. And observe this toothbrush action, okay? So like we use our Blue Scrubbies, right? But they cannot always get way in those crevices. We always use a toothbrush on all the drains, all of them, tubs and sinks, you know what I'm saying? I really apologize for my camera angle. I filmed this so long ago and I'm just realizing this is shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, really sorry. Anyways, so I scrubbed the rest of the back of the tub just like I did the front side. And then I also scrub on the outside of the tub, if that makes sense. If we're cleaning a house like bi-weekly, weekly, or even monthly sometimes, and it's a kid's tub and it doesn't really get that dirty, sometimes the outer edge of the tub, I will just do a really quick wash, or I'll just wipe it down when I do like the edging, wiping down the edging. Excuse me, when I'm wiping down the edging, like with the white, when I'm drying everything after, I'll just like wipe it down thoroughly then, because your white is damp, the outside of the tub's not that dirty, you can just wipe it with the damp white, you know what I'm saying? So once you have scrubbed the entire tub, then you're gonna rinse it. So you're gonna fill your cup up and you're gonna go as high as you can without getting water on that top shelf. So you see I'm going really up high, probably just like a few inches from the top. And then I'm just pouring water all over the walls until they are fully rinsed. You wanna watch out for the shelves and things that are on tubs, because when you pour the water on them, girl, there is a kickback and that water will get you all wet, and it's gonna happen and it's okay, but it's gonna happen. And then like I mentioned earlier, because this is the first bathroom that I'm doing, I'm taking my dry yellow and I'm going to take the yellow and dry all of the edges. Normally you would take a white to do this part, okay? But because this is the first bathroom, the yellow is fresh. I have not used the yellow on any floors in previous bathrooms yet. It is clean and girl, I can use it and it will extend the life of my white in that particular bathroom, which is super useful when you're doing like a master tub and shower and you've got to make that white go the whole way through the bathroom. And then remember, dry the outside edge of the tub too, and then you're going to rinse down any bubbles that are remaining. So fill up your cup, put a cup of water down. Side note, so I want to note too that if the tub is draining really slowly, right, you just keep filling the cup up, you keep putting the water down there and it's just not draining, right? It's not draining, there's suds everywhere. Fill up your cup once, pour it down and see how much you can get down the drain. Then go to do the vanity, right? And after you do the vanity, come back and check the tub. Just leave the cup sitting in there. Do another cup full, rinse the tub, set the cup back down, go do the toilet. After you do the toilet, fill the cup back up and rinse it again and give it a final rinse. If it still hasn't drained by that point, then you're going to want to look at it when you do the walkthrough. You're going to want to let your lead know, hey, the tub wasn't draining. Check that extra careful during the walkthrough, so then we can address it at that point in time. If it's still an issue after the walkthrough, that is the point where we leave the client a note on our walkthrough sheet and we just tell them flat out, like, the tub was draining really slow. We tried to rinse it as best as we could and there was still suds. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now you just put things back and I always face them, so labels out. You want that real nice hotel look. You know what I'm saying? And then we move to the vanity. This comes next. We're going to take everything off, okay? So you want to take everything off. The only thing that I don't take off that I wasn't showing here was like a toothbrush holder, because I keep those up on the counter because I wash the toothbrush holders. So you're going to want to just keep those up on top. And besides that, most things you just put down. And see how much soap I'm using? I don't know, that was like a pea-size amount or something. Get a little bit of water to work with, and then you just start scrubbing. You're going to scrub everything from like that top ledge, like where the mirror is and stuff, all the way behind the sink, all the way around everything. It's really important to just get in every nook and cranny that you can get, because it is very, very noticeable if you miss something, especially once you rinse it all off and you're looking at everything and then your lead does a walkthrough. They're going to be able to tell if there's smudges and things left on your faucets, if you didn't get all the toothpaste off of the sink, stuff like that. So we're just going to mind our business and be our thorough Thelma. And then we're going to come here and so I always scrub the drain, right, with the blue scrubby, but also go in with that toothbrush, girl. That blue scrubby does not get that little fine round space where the drain meets the sink. So it's very important that you do that step, because it's very obvious if you don't. And then once you're done scrubbing, see how I'm rinsing out that sponge? I'm rinsing it all out completely and I squeeze it completely out so there's no water left in it. And now you're going to take your squeezed out, no soap in it sponge, and you are just simply going to like slop up all that stuff. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of like slopping it up, scooping it up. Now rinse it out, squeeze the sponge dry, and do it again. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you're just getting all like most of the slop up. You know what I'm saying? So that when you dry it with the white, you're not getting your white completely sopping wet. Then we're going to show the other side. See how I'm getting up as much of like the soap and wetness as possible. Wet, wring it out. Shame thing. The faucet is the hardest part to get all of that slop stuff off of, but just do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. When you dry the vanity with the white, you're going to be buffing all of that out anyways. After you get all of that slop stuff soaked up, then I rinse my sponge out and I get it all cleaned out, all right? And then I get it totally sopping wet and I do what I'm doing here. This just kind of helps push the bubbles down the drain. It's not going to be perfect, but you're getting the whole upper side of the whole sink bowl all cleaned out. And then here, I must have just seen a bunch of crap around the faucet still, and I decided to take a toothbrush around there too, which is super useful. Do that anytime you feel that you need to.
Because as good as the blue scrubbies are, they really are awesome tools. They just still don't don't get into every nook and cranny like a toothbrush can.
And then we're gonna finish up the vanity and sink by drying it with the white. So now you can see that because we use the sponge side to soak up a lot of that like sloppy water soap mix, it's really helping us have the white go much farther, and we're actually able to get things dry. We're able to shine and buff these faucets instead of it being all wet and water spotted, because that's what you'll get if you don't slop up enough of all of that soapy water. Your wet's gonna get destroyed. You're gonna have to use another one that creates more laundry, and doing it this way, you're really able to like have things clean and dry, and you're setting everything else back onto a clean and dry surface. Side note again, you see all the bubbles that were left in that sink? I don't care about them at this point. I want you to not care about them too. I see a lot of people when they're training, they're overly concerned about all those bubbles in the sink. Girl, them's gonna go away, okay? We're not gonna worry about them right now because we're gonna come back and we're gonna wash the floors, okay? And we're gonna use the sink to wash the floors with the yellow and the floor cleaner, and we're gonna have to rinse that all out. So the sink is gonna get bubbly all over again. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just realized also, like when I'm editing this, how much I say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I say that a lot. I'm sorry. Anyways, just leave the bubbles. Don't worry about them. Do that spongy thing that I was telling you about where you get the sponge super wet, right? And you try and force the bubbles down the drain somewhat. Like you help them down the drain. It's not going to get everything perfect. It's going to be super awesome and beautiful after you wash the floors. I promise. All right, and we're just finishing up those top ledges, and then the walls. I'm always looking at the walls. I'm looking at the outlet plates. I'm looking at the light switches. All of that stuff needs to be wiped off once you're done doing the vanity because it gets dust. It gets all fingerprinted. Everything has dust that settles, and everything needs to be wiped off. There are specific things that your lead is going to check when they do a walkthrough of your work as well. And then once we've done that, now I'm going to wipe everything off that I took off of the vanity because all of that stuff collects dust and gunk and all of the above. So you want to wipe that stuff off and make it look as if it's brand new and shiny and sparkly, you know? And then here I did notice that I could have kept this soap dish up on the top of the vanity while I was washing the whole vanity because it had to be scrubbed too. So if you notice that kind of stuff, whatever has to be scrubbed too, up on top. And then here is our famous triangle fold. Step 1, fold it in half. Once can I just get my life together? My God, get the angle right. Okay, step 1, fold it in half, right? And then you want to make a perfect triangle out of it. So I'm going to fold up one little side here, like just a little lip, just so it makes a perfect square, right? Because you can't do this triangle fold without it. So fold it up like that with just one little side to whatever makes it a perfect square. And then fold it in half to make a triangle, okay? And then you're going to fold it in half again and you'll go make a smaller triangle. And then you all set, girl. With like washcloths and stuff, you might do like 3 or 4 different folds. Just because you can, and you can make it really nice and compact and cute and neat. But you know, with towels, there's really only so many times you can fold them, otherwise they won't stay. I'm gonna toss my yellow in the sink and it's ready to go for floors. Is it obvious that I'm irritated right now? I just spent, I don't know, 3 hours editing this video to get to this point to realize, wow, I don't have the footage for the toilet or the floors for this bathroom. I don't even freaking live in this house anymore. Anyways, the front half of it was very educational, and I'll probably stick that on with another bathroom, and I'll just do the toilet and the floor, okay? So here we go, different bathroom.